Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Enjoy Your Life, the podcast. I'm your host, Farrah LaRae Wynn, and we have a very special guest with us today, Miss Taylor Allen. She is a CEO, and I absolutely love that title. She is a university graduate from Azusa Pacific. She graduated with her degree in graphic design. She was a creative director for APU's Black Student Association for 3 years. She's now a full-time entrepreneur operating 2 businesses in the fields of consulting, branding, marketing, and digital media. And that's not all she does. She is a Manor Magazine and Azusa Pacific University. She has them as some of her major clients. So Taylor, what's up, girl? Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Me too. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling so great, so wonderful, so blessed to be on this podcast right now, and really just excited, for the conversation, excited for what we're going to talk about, and excited to just really share with you, Farrah, really.
Yes. Now, I met Taylor through Instagram somehow or another, and I started following her. I was like, oh, she's so pretty. And I started her stuff. I'm like, oh, snap, she's about her business. And I started watching her stories. I'm like, this girl got it together.
Stop.
I need to be connected with, because you always want to connect with like-minded people, who
absolutely
are and are going to be, so I totally admire you, and I thank you for being a part of this today.
Of course.
So our topic is Boss Babe Life Hacks, and like I said, Taylor is just doing her thing over there, and she's gonna give us some life hacks. But before we get into it, I just want you, Taylor, to talk a little bit to us about your story, about going to college, your ultimate goal, what your passion was, and how you got to where you are now.
Of course, I'd love to. Well, I'm Taylor, as we've already said a million times, but I moved to California, actually, from Indiana. I'm originally from Indiana, the Midwest area. I moved to California about 4 years ago. That's when I started college. I was going to school for graphic design. That was my major. And honestly, it was just a leap of faith from the beginning. I was originally set to go to DePaul in Chicago. My parents literally came to me like, mind you, Farrah, this is after I had paid my deposits. I'm ready to go to DePaul. And my parents tell me, God wants us to go to Chicago. And I'm like, okay, well, God couldn't have told you guys that months ago. That's perfect, God. So I just chose any old school in California. And it was just so purposeful. What God did in that moment, because I actually ended up going to Azusa Pacific University, which is a private Christian school. I mean, go figure and I honestly was just picking any school. I kid you not. I was just like, at this point, I don't even care. I just have to be close to my family. And I ended up picking one of the best schools ever. I actually met my boyfriend there. I spent all 4 years there. And it was a blessing from the moment I stepped foot on campus. I have to tell you that I didn't necessarily it wasn't like this. I wasn't always this entrepreneur, I didn't go to school thinking I'm going to have my own business. I was not in that mindset at all. I was really, just kind of going with the flow, like I told you, because my parents kind of cut off a lot of things for me. But that's, I love this quote, Farrah, and I'm sure you've heard it before, but they say if you want to see a good joke or something like that, tell God your plans, right. So that was me, literally. I told God my plans and he just wrecked them all. And so I was actually in an art class my junior year. And at this time, Farrah, it was actually a really tough time for me, my junior year. I was really sad. I was really discouraged. Honestly, just because I felt like I wasn't doing good in my art classes. I felt like my art wasn't fitting, I wasn't getting amazing grades, my art pieces, I had professors literally rip up, or just really scratch up, certain things that I had produced. And I was really feeling like a failure, Farrah. And so I would come home, imagine going to class, and this isn't, this is higher education, so you chose to be in this environment. And imagine coming home every day from class crying. That was me, literally, yes, 3 years ago, literally. And, well, actually 2 years ago, 2 years ago, and I was just in a really, sad place. And then I came to the realization, Farrah, that, okay, Taylor, I think like God is actually pushing me towards the area of business, because I had this thought. I said, okay, according to my professor, I won't get hired at any design firm. And I've been doing this for 3 years at this point, and I'm still not good enough to get hired at a design firm. And I thought to myself, okay, well, how about I just make my own? Wow. That's what I'll do. I'll make my own design firm, because I don't need to get hired by anybody. Yeah. And
I love it.
Yes, literally. So it was literally just it wasn't like this, oh, I want to be a boss babe, I want to be a CEO, all these great names that I've titled myself. It wasn't like that at all. It was literally just not wanting to look for someone else's acceptance, not wanting to look for someone else's like identity, I guess you could say, because when you're an artist, any kind of artist, doesn't have to be graphic design necessarily. You could be a musical artist, a poet. You could be you could draw, you could paint. Most artists, they don't like to be constricted. They don't like to be constrained. A lot of artists kind of have their free nature. And so to feel that's probably like one of the worst feelings you could feel as an artist. So that's kind of where Taylor Design came from. Wow. And it's actually really funny, Farrah. I made a project, and this is when I knew it was from God. Because a lot of times we think that when something's from God, or when he's pushing you towards something, that everything's supposed to line up. And that's not necessarily true. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a lot of obstacles are in your way, and that should let you know that this is exactly what God wants me to do. Wow. And so I made a project, and I wrote Taylor Design really big. I still have the paper to this day. I'm going to hang it up in my office. And this is a project, Farrah, that I had put my blood, sweat, and tears into. I'm talking about like I'm running to the end of it. I turn in this project and I get an F. Oh, wow. Yes. And my professor went so far as to put an X over Taylor Design. Wow. It's like he wrote literally, it's not about you. Now I get his meaning now looking back, but to me, even now it was a signifier, it was a symbol to me, meaning that this idea, no, like it's not about you, like this is, but to me, I'm like, wow, like if I would have listened to my professor, wow. Like if I would have, took on what he was saying in that moment, who knows where my design company will be, or even me, now today.
Wow, that is an incredible story.
Yeah.
And I'm
yes.
Word, and you are just amazing. And
thank you.
That is right. Like God was definitely leading you to do something. And
yes.
It's like, nope, like trying to block.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I thank God that you prevailed and that you stuck to it, because you're doing an amazing job as far as I'm concerned. And
thank you.
You mentioned being self-titled on certain things, but girl, I'm gonna title you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Boss babe, and
thank you so much.
Even your ability to persist and still go for it, even to say, hey, I'm gonna do my own thing then. Like if you're not gonna like me, nobody else is gonna want me. I got this. I'm gonna make it.
I
love that mindset.
Thank you.
So with all of your boss babeness now, being an entrepreneur,
yes,
being an entrepreneur and kind of being on your own schedule and doing your own thing, talk to us about how you start your day.
So basically, one of the greatest things about being an entrepreneur for sure is being able to make your own schedule. Those are like the top 3 things people say they love about entrepreneurship. What you find out, especially when you're first beginning to be an entrepreneur, is that I have a lot of time, and not only that, but I actually waste a lot of time. And so you yes, like through reading certain books or just listening to different speakers or other successful people, a lot of times they are very serious about a schedule. They're very serious about I want to do this at this time, this at this time. Now me, I'm more so like I'm a lax schedule. Like I have a schedule in my head, but I don't have times like from this time to this time. But I do have like a set schedule or a set time period or how I would like my day to go. And so how I start my day every morning, one of the first things I do is I either pray or I'm going to say my affirmations. And I think those are really, really big things. whether you pray or whether you say the affirmations, or you do both, because I do both. But really, you're just starting your day decreeing and declaring something over yourself, over your family, over your day, over that hour, over what you want to get done. You start out the day speaking what you want to happen. You it's kind of like a signifier of like, I'm waking up and I'm going to tell the day what I wanted to do. I'm going to tell myself what I want to do and what I want to accomplish today. So I think that's really huge to start out that way. And then the next thing I do, so the next thing I do is I've actually just implemented this probably in the past like week or two. I don't get on Instagram immediately when I wake up. I don't check any social media immediately when I wake up. Just because I made that decision, Farrah, because I wanted to be more in control of the thoughts that I start my day out with. Yeah. So it hasn't been easy because, you just want to wake up and check Insta sometimes. It's just a habit. It's a reflex. But I've really been wanting to take control of those thoughts, especially if those are the only things that I really have complete control over. And so the next thing I do is I'll take a look at Bloomberg TV or Forex Factory. I also trade in foreign currency, and so I'll check those. I want to see what's going on in the news. I want to know, even if I don't necessarily understand it all, Fair, like literally some of it I don't even understand, but I'm still reading it, because I'm getting used to the vocabulary, or I'm just in the know, I don't really read too many. I wouldn't suggest like for a person to read like news media outlets, first thing when you wake up. That might be a little depressing or discouraging. But maybe more so even an article that's more tailored towards your area of business, or I even encourage people, even if you have a job, let's say, for example, you're working at a fast food restaurant, look up an article about your restaurant or look up like some history about it, like something that's more conducive or something that's more productive, I guess you could say. And then the last thing for, I guess, my morning, I guess you could say for a life hack, my morning, after that, I go work out. I accomplish some sort of fitness goal, some sort of to make my physical body feel good. This could be like for different people, you could stretch, you could also just eat a healthy breakfast, something to where basically in the morning you taking care of your mental, you take care of your spiritual, you taking care of your physical, and now you could really just go and attack that day. And so after that, Farrah, honestly, my day is kind of like not up in the air, but it's more so I'm gonna work for a couple hours here. I'm gonna read at some point during the day. And then I'm going to also have a free period. I think that's really important. And I don't mean like a free weekend. I mean like a free period, like during the day. Like even if it's an hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, I feel like a free period, a time of rest and recuperation should be like incorporated every single day.
That's good. Now, what is some advice you would give to... Well, first of all, let me just say, like, I love your morning. It sounds absolutely amazing.
Thank you. It feels great. Yeah, it feels great. It does.
Yes, it does. It changes your entire mindset. It changes your mood. It changes the way you receive things throughout the day. I was telling my family at one point, because I usually pray every morning. I try to get up, get up a little bit early, like 5:15, get up, brush my teeth, wash my face and all that. And I pray at 5:30. I brush my teeth so I don't be talking to God all funky.
Gotta come correct. Come to the throne correctly.
And I get up and I get ready to go, get my gym clothes on, go for a morning walk. Just kind of like take in the day, take in myself, control my thoughts, bring myself under subjection. And it's funny you talked about the Instagram thing, because I've actually been thinking about that. Really genuinely considering like not even looking at anything on my phone until after I'm back from my walk, after I'm maybe over breakfast, maybe not.
Exactly.
That too. So I love that you do that, because I might join the club pretty soon here.
Yes, join.
It really does. It changes your entire day. It changes your outlook on the day. Versus
definitely
being groggy, especially if you stayed up late the night before. You're dragging dead. Now you got an attitude with everybody. So
it helps
you, and it helps you to accomplish your goals a little bit better. So I love that. So you talked about reading at least at some point throughout your day. What are some books that you feel like every boss should be reading at some point in their life? Just give us like your top 3.
By Stephen Covey. Yes, when I tell you I love this book. There, like it's just so simple. It's so easy to implement. Yes. It's literally it's through storytelling, which I think is like a really effective way to drive a point home. And really allow people to relate. I think that's why I was just so related to him. Mm-hmm. And so I think that is, I took so many things from that book. I can't even like pinpoint like how many things, like a top 3, a top 5, like there's so much I could take from that book. Another one is actually a book I'm reading right now. It's How to Raise Your Own Salary by Napoleon Hill. I think this book is really important for business owners or just people in general to read, because even just by the title, How to Raise Your Own Salary, you're going to think, oh, how do I make more money? And a lot of the book is about that. But it also, I like to think of it as like how to raise your own like net worth, like how much is your thinking worth, your mental worth. I feel like just from reading this book, I've increased that already. Wow. And just different things about how to even look at wealth, how to look at prosperity. It really opened my mind up to a lot of things like that. And I think another book that I know for certain, it's just like hard. I might have to no. Okay, so the third book that I think that I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, she told me top 3. Okay, so another one by Napoleon Hill, of course, another one, but Think You Grow Rich, I think is another book that you must absolutely read. Yes. It's like entrepreneurship 101, business 101. I feel like those books are they're going to tackle a lot of mental things that you think about, which is in turn going to transform a lot of your physical life. It's going to transform the world around you. So I think those are some really good books that you have to read at some point, that you must read, especially if you're just starting in business, or if you just, you're just thinking about increasing your life. I think those are some really great ones.
Wow, I love it. That's a good list. It's a short list, but it's a great list.
Exactly, yes. Powerful list.
The 7 Habits, I read that book when I was 12. My dad
has an incredible library.
And I used to steal his books. I still steal his books. I have a bunch of them. He always has the best books. But I stole that book from him when I was like 12 years old, and it changed my life.
Oh, wow.
And the one thing that stuck with me from that day to this day is seek first to understand, and then to
yes.
I'm so used to like trying to get my point across in life, and screaming at the rooftops like, hey, listen to me.
Yes.
And when I read that, that changed my life forever, to where it made me more understanding of people. I try to let people speak first, and then get my point across later. So that book was life-changing. And then I actually did it backwards. I read 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, that was written by his son, after. I love your reading list. That's amazing. And the what was the second one? The raising
How to Raise Your Own Salary.
Okay, that one I have.
How to Raise Your Own Salary.
Check that one out.
So an amazing like book. And they also have an audio on YouTube too. So if I'm not like actually reading it, I will listen to the audio.
Ooh, yes. So go listen to the audio then, y'all.
Yes.
So before we go, the last question I have for you, is there what is some advice you would give to those who are young entrepreneurs or young in business, just getting their start out? What is some advice you would give to them on their journey?
So for the person that is thinking about starting a business and hasn't started yet, my advice to that person would be to just do it. I think that we could come up with a lot of different things. Like, I want to have this in order. I want to have this in place. It's not in the same order. Just like how it was when I was, when I was trying to choose a college, like, it's just funny. Tell God your plans. And so I think that you just have to just do it. It's not going to be a perfect time. You really have to create that perfect time. And God will meet you there. As long as he sees that you're just moving forward. I think it's really powerful. I was talking to my hairstylist, and she's the one who actually told me, like, you know, all these obstacles were in my way, and that's how I knew that God wanted me to do that. That was so powerful to me, because most people think obstacles are in my way, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And so that's what my advice would be to someone who hasn't started a business or is thinking about it. And for people who are just starting a business, you know, my advice would be to keep going. It's really simple. I say this all the time, like me and my boyfriend, we always say this, you know, there is no secret sauce, you know, there is no secret formula. Success looks the same no matter what industry you're in, no matter what type of business you're in. Keep going, set good habits, read good books and be around good people. Literally, that's the formula that everyone has. And be certain and be purposeful in everything that you're doing. Speak good things over your life. Speak good things over your business. There is God inside of you, so you also have the power to create your reality, your environment. And so that would be my advice. Just all these really simple phrases, but that's really all it would be. I think we sometimes can make things a little bit too overcomplicated, and that's why we don't make a move at all. But for those people, I would just say, do it and keep going.
Wow. That's beautiful. I'm so inspired right now.
Thank you.
This was amazing. Thank you so much for joining me, Taylor. I love this.
Of course. It was great. I had fun.
I don't want it to end. I just want it to go on forever.
I know we have to do a part 2.
Absolutely. I'm down.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes. This has been another episode of Enjoy Your Life, the podcast. I'm your host, Farrah Larae Wynn. Thank you again, Taylor, for being with us. Listeners, I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you had your pen and paper out, and if not, you need to rewind and write it down, because these were some boss babe life hacks, things that you can take and apply to your life. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I want you to make sure that you get subscribed. We are on SoundCloud, on the iTunes podcast app, on Stitcher, on Spreaker, and we're just expanding and we're growing. Make sure you go to enjoyyourlifeblog.com, get subscribed so you can get all the blogs, videos, and podcasts directly to your email. Remember that I love you and God loves you so much more. I will catch you next time. God bless. When you find happiness within,